Yeah. Big Baby J TV. This is a pathetic day in Canadian history, man. It's a pathetic day in Canadian history. I was about to put this on Patreon, but I said, F it, why not? I'm just going to record it and talk about it live right now. So what's happening in the city of Ottawa? And the city of Ottawa says that Justin effing Trudeau, right? To this guy, Trudeau, he decided to put up the Emergencies Act about 3 or 4 days ago, right? Basically, the first time this has ever been done in Canadian history to allow police and police, right, within the provinces to stop illegal blockades or protests, whatever that means, right? Little did this dummy, not so smart person, I'm not trying to cuss because I could use a lot of flowery language to describe this dude. Check out my video around here. This dude decided to do this and call this measure when all the other quote unquote illegal blockades had ended. What does that mean? All the other ones in Coutts, Alberta, Ambassador Bridge in Windsor, Ontario, all of them had basically been done with. They had dispersed. The blockades were done. The only one that was kind of staying alive was the one in downtown Ottawa where I live. That's my city, right? Long story short, they were not necessarily blocking anyone. They were occupying the middle of the city, right? Now, look, the way I look at it, bruh, y'all already know my opinions. Y'all already have seen my videos. I hope you have. The thing is, I support these truckers. I support their right to protest. They've been peaceful, okay? Whatever lies that the mainstream media, including the Liberal government, has said, right? Like they have all kinds of swastikas, all kinds of racist, all kinds of evil people. Insanity, all lies. Now, what happened today? Today is Friday the 18th. Terrible day in Canadian history, where all these people who are at the Freedom Convoy downtown Ottawa Parliament, a lot of them are getting beat up by police. They're getting moved out. You know what I mean? They're getting caved out. They're getting essentially harassed out of that area. Because why? The Ottawa police is using the Emergency Act. You have all kinds of police services all the way from Montreal. You have RCMP pulling up. So that's our version of the feds. You have all kind of federal agents all up in this city. You have helicopters. There's about, I don't know how many, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were 300, active police down in downtown Ottawa right now, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it was about 400 protesters right now in the city, right? Protesters and truckers. Now, what's going to be very interesting is what happens tomorrow, because according to this operation that, the city of Ottawa is running, the police is running, they're going to have more police coming. They have gas masks ready, so they're about to gas these people. And what's really interesting is that the police actively told media to leave so they don't record what's happening. Too late, dummy. We're in 2022. Everyone has a phone. Everybody can live stream. Everybody can record what's going to happen. And I know what's going to happen. I predicted this earlier when I started talking about this. I said this might be a Waco situation. If y'all ever Google Waco, Texas in the 1990s, the Branch Davidians versus the ATF, which is basically another federal agency that's about distributing guns and tobacco, right? They basically burnt out a building and killed 73 people, right? They killed 73 people, right? So that they can take over this place in Waco, Texas, right? Now, is it going to be like that? I don't know, right? I don't know. But if the police keeps escalating, the protesters, luckily, this shows the resolve of the protesters. Shouts out to all the protesters. The protesters, luckily and actually smartly, they weren't resisting arrest. They weren't trying to instigate. It's very, very obvious that it's the police who's doing this. Incredibly obvious. And they're going to keep on using more force and more force. And why are they doing this? Let's go back to the start of the video. The Emergencies Act. The first time it's ever been used, right? Bruh, they never used the Emergencies Act when a dude came into Parliament with a gun and tried to kill people. They never used the Emergencies Act when 9/11 happened. They never used the Emergency Act when a lot of things happened within Canada. But until these these freedom protesters did it. And that's why I believe this is going to end violently. So far, I'm recording this at about 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. There have been about 70 arrests, 21 trucks towed, you know what I'm saying, vehicles towed. And I predict that people are going to die. People are going to die, okay? This ain't like Occupy Wall Street. I was wrong. I thought that this would end like Occupy Wall Street, where people would get arrested and maybe go home. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think that Justin Trudeau is so angry, right? He's so cheesed. And all these law enforcement people have been waiting for an opportunity to smack the life out of people. And I think they will. And I believe that this is going to end violently. I think people are going to die. People are going to get injured. And it's going to be a bad look on Canada as a whole, man. This is looking like Brazil. It's looking like, African politicians would do this. I mean, this is what African dictators do, bro. But it's happening in Ottawa, a quote-unquote democracy, right? How does this end? I think the protesters have technically won. They've won. Why? From a PR perspective, they have inspired the entire world about a lot of these government overreach and restrictions. And the government of Canada is trying to save face by bringing all types of force. This is the most police I've ever seen in this city, period. Right? They brought the whole units out. They have snipers, they have shooters, they have people ready to pop it off. And trust me, if you have a gun and you're showing gun, you usually gonna pull it. People are gonna die, okay? And we're gonna remember this day as February 18th, 2022, when the Canadian government, took it way too far. When the police, like they always do, took it way too damn far. Big Baby JTV, I'm out.